Hello. Wait. Hold on. What? Oh, oh my goodness gracious. No. Oh my god. Mm. Mm. What? Mm. Yummy. Yummy, yummy. Look how many coins they start with. Mm-hmm. Mm. Are you back? Hmm? It's you're gonna see so many different rooms. Are you watching? What? No, are you watching the YouTube? See, I don't know. Hey, you're okay. Stop. Shadow. Good girl. You probably saw a reflection of someone walking next door. I got eels now. I don't know exactly what I'm going for anymore. Yeah. If we look at 8 gates, crack 8 safes, something like that. Gross. Oh my god, everything's locked. And I've pretty much got every single safe. Do you notice anything different from this picture and reality? Hey. cutie. This one. That's why. Wait 20 seconds. You got that. Right, yeah, I figured it out a while ago. Mm-hmm. You are smart. But to get the number was impossible. Let's see if you can figure it out.
Remember how all
Mm-hmm. So it is in date format. I can't get rid of what the hell. Oh, it is in date format, but the clue is in the room, and it has to do with the single letter clue that we figured out. If we count 8 steps, what was it? Small strafes, saves. What was it? I can't find my book. You have your notepad?
I threw all the notes away because I thought you did.
Oh. You threw it away?
Yeah, the notes, because I was writing all the letters. You were like, oh, I think.
This one was so convoluted. So it was like you had to count all the small steps. Only the people were taking small steps. So it was like there was four girls. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's this old dude with the umbrella. There's 15 of him. I cheated on that one. That was impossible.
I mean, I was
Yeah, that's what I tried too. I've never got this room, so I'm very happy. I've been trying to get this room for a while. Sanctum key. So that's where I'm at right now, is trying to get all these sanctum keys. Oh. Wait, what? I can just get it from there? What? I didn't know that. That makes life a lot easier. Turnip. So then I was able to open this guy up, and I found this, which is a birth certificate.
All the numbers.
All, all the numbers. But now it's really these the insignias that I'm like trying to find. But now I'm kind of at the point where I'm just looking it up because it's just there's too much. And yeah. See, this is part of the sigil. Oh, I see. Oh my god, my last key. I need keys. Oh boy. This is not going to give me any keys. Nope. So I'm about to go to a place where you could actually help me with the puzzles. Well, kinda. Might be hard with the 20-second delay. Oh no, I need keys. Am I screwed? I might be screwed. Oh, okay. Oh, poop. No, Pikachu. Pikachu. Oh, okay. So you want to enter room 46? It allows you to swivel this whole room. So I can actually enter on all sides. Ooh. Look at this. Room 46. Whoa. See, this is what I'm doing. I need to... So I already got that one. I need to get the bank one, which is really just luck. I got the clocks, I got the docks, I just got the throne, I got the station. Oh, I need the major. That one's tough. So Yeah. It's the music room. No, I don't have any keys. Everything's locked. Oh my god. Look at this, I got an armory. Whoa. What do I want? Oh, fuck. Oh, wait. Oh no, I should have got this. No. What do I have? Sledgehammer. Oh wait, can I? No. I can't use any coins or anything. I need a battery.
Oh my god. Don't talk about that.
What?
So, take care of that.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, yeah, for the night, uh, they don't just like, and you can just go every other day. So, you know, like, that, a lot of people, like, do that, like, minimal,
Mm-hmm.
but, so, all the all the feed them, feed, you know, uh, morning and night, breakfast and dinner, like, and then night, like, give them, like, people, otherwise, cats, like, wait, you know how, like, cats pick them up, and they're, like, all out.
Okay.
I'm like, I can drive 3 times downtown. That's the thing, like, I was supposed to stay over at my parents' house, guy didn't communicate with me. Found somebody else because originally I could only watch like half the time that he's gone. So I was like, I can watch the first half, then I gotta go to someone else. And he goes, oh, okay. When I finally was like, hey, so what's last? He said, hey, I'm going to your place. Like, oh, by the way, I found somebody who stayed there the whole time. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, then the one that I other like the with the nose cat, which is why I watched that. She also canceled. Oh, my friend took a place to stay, so I don't need to. So I could have stayed downtown. Anyway, two things didn't work out, and that's why I was not going to set up a pickup. I went downtown. The first time I did that, but it so I asked my friend to order me a automatic order on Amazon,
Uh,
and he's supposed to come the next day. The next day, it didn't. And then on Wednesday, he's supposed to come. So I'm like, I needed that yesterday. And then Wednesday he came, and I went, didn't like I did it. I looked everywhere. There's no bathroom. So finally, I got it. So I wasted 2 days because of the fever that it comes sometimes and the battery.
where'd you break that? There was no battery?
It wasn't because I had to go buy the
Oh
battery
my god.
everywhere, like the battery,
Mm-hmm.
so I had to go buy it.
They're expensive too.
And they come in like, they don't come in, they usually come in like 2, 4, 6 of them now, like 4. Nobody
Sanctum key. Oh my god, I've never seen that symbol before. This is what I have to look up. Um, okay. Oh, damn it. It was right. No, that was right too. Ooh. Look how pretty. After a short sea voyage, we arrived on the main island of Mora J. Well, look, this is all about you. Last night in good spirits. The people here are belligerent. Oh, you're belligerent. In their politeness. You're belligerent in politeness. And after spending a full day among the J-O-R-L, I am just as afraid of eating another dish as I am of rejecting their offers. I may try to sneak away tomorrow and spend some time alone with my books, as I have noticed that each realm I have visited has one thing in common. They each have been short on solitude. Okay. So, oh my god, that's a lot of instructions. Republic of early 30s among both. Report the part eventually found their way into the homes with the hearts of every realm. Okay, okay. Shadow. Wait, what? Oh, right. Okay. Oh, no. So the white, I think, changes color based on how many are next to it. The yellow? Hmm? Yeah. No, not like that. It changes color based on what's next to it. No, the corner is white. And then the yellow moves up only, and the pink moves everything around it in a clockwise fashion. Where are you going? Yellow goes up. I only have 3 whites. No, no. Oh, okay. There we go. Now I have 4 whites. So if I do that, I do that. Oh boy. I do that. Oh, and I've solved it. Cutie booty. You're so cute. Lay down. Good girl. Relax. Yeah, you're so sleepy. You good girl. Did you buy your nurse's outfit? Okay, I solved it. But now my run is kind of over because I can't use any gems and I can't use any coins. I need... I need that safe, and what was the other one I needed? I need the safe, and the... Safe. Oh. This was a fun puzzle. You had to like go up here and maneuver things. Hmm? What? Mm. So I'm also trying to remove these boxes. You can only do it certain days. I removed a lot. So many boxes. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. Start with so many coins the next day. What am I doing? Oh boy, so convoluted. I could have used your help on this. I'm so bad at them now. They're so hard. Look, it's a greenhouse. Ooh, so pretty. Hmm?
I just realized when you talk to me, look at the generation as well.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, game over.
No.
It's okay.
Next day.
Next day. Oh wait. Maybe it's not game over. Risk it for the biscuit. I'm hungry too. I want buko. Why is everything locked? Oh my god. Hmm. Oh my god, everything's freaking locked. And these puzzles got so much harder. You, alright, I'm gonna let you figure it out. Blue is add or positive number. Blue is positive number. Are you watching?
Yeah. 17 is positive number. What is that?
So 17. Now, what do you think this is? Yellow is subtract.
13.
Huh?
17 subtract 13.
No. It's different every time.
Wait. 17. Oh. 13 minus
Where are you getting 17 from?
the first.
Yeah, it's different. There's no 17.
13 minus.
Okay. Is what? Nope. See how there's... Yeah, exactly. What is that? What do you think that means? It's not a 0. What does it look like? What does the middle look like? Is there anything in math that's a square? Well, yeah, but is it, what color is it? So, but you start with the 13. No, so you do 13 minus 10, and then square, and then square. Get it? Yeah, so this one's even harder. I actually don't even know what the... Let's see, 2 minus 2, 2, 4. Okay, I have a guess for this one, but I'm not even sure if I'm right.
And then blue square.
What? 52? Oh, see, I was wrong. Okay, so it goes 9. I don't know, let me just get back. Okay. I think it's 2, 4, 6. I think it is 8. Yeah, I think you're right. Nope. What was this? 9. Okay, so it's 2 squared, which is 4. Minus 2 is 2. Oh, I think it's 4. Did I do 4 already? Oh my goodness. You're 20 seconds ahead. Or behind. So, mhm. Maybe it's square root? No, it won't be square root. Wait, so it's 2 minus 2. Nope. This one's hard. Wait, it's 2 minus 2 plus 2 times 2. It's not 4? What the fuck? I think I can do it as many times as I want. I don't know, let's try 8. Yeah, I know. Uh, Yellow is subtract, right? Pretty sure. Let me just make sure yellow's subtract from my notes. Yeah, yellow is subtract. So, is there any other... There's no other number. What the fuck? Maybe it's 2 times 2 minus 2. Okay, no, it's 4 again. 2 squared is 4. Oh, I get it. So it's 2 squared is 4. Minus 2 is 2. Plus 2 is 4. Squared again, because it's still blue, is 16. Got it. Okay, I figured it out. So you have to do it every time the color pops up. Minus 10 is 0 times 0 is 0. What the hell? Times 4 is 0. Minus 2 is... Okay. Do you know what this one is? This one's easier. No. Pink is times. Yellow... Huh? No. So it's 10 minus 10, right? Times... Yeah, squared is... Okay, then times 4 is... And then minus 2 is... And then times minus 2 is 4. Boom. I know these got so hard. Oh my god, everything's freaking. Can I do a prison key? I... Ooh, gift shop. Oh, I can't fucking spend anything. It's so annoying. I have so much money. Oh my goodness gracious, everything's locked. Why is that? Oh my god. Alright, that's the end of the game. I don't understand why every single door is locked. It's crazy. Oh wait. Oh, I can actually do one thing. Oh, but I screwed myself. Kinda. How do I get back? Is it even worth it? I don't think it's worth it. I'm just gonna end the day. Yeah, I'm gonna end the day. Can't do anything. Okay, calling it a day. Ow, my back hurts. My mommy took my ticket for tonight. She didn't want to go. Holy shit. I start with 58. Oh wait, that's why. Now I have to... I don't know how to do the lock box in the safe. Alright. You're gonna help me on this because I'm so bad at it. The boxes. What the fuck? Okay, that's false. I have a guess. Which one do you need to look at more? It's gotta be the blue box, right? Okay. A moment of truth. Since you're 20 minutes delayed. Does she get it right? Yep. You're so smart. Such a smart nurse. Okay, what am I trying to get? I'm trying to get a safe. How do I get that? Okay. Oh no. What are you doing? Eating? You're hitting the microphone. No, you're just hitting the microphone. See, I can eat. Okay. Let's see if we figured it out. It's the same one. 2, 4. Wait, what? 2 squared is 4, minus 2 is 2, plus 2. Oh, it's right. It's the same one. Oh, boy. Huh. Can you figure this one out?
3 plus 2 is what?
The 6.
2 plus
Ti-
and then that is yellow.
No, no. You got to square it first.
Oh, 6 times 6 is
Then yellow.
yellow minus
Mm-hmm.
30 minus 2.
Okay. I think this is divide.
You can't divide 30.
8. Purple.
Oh,
6.
20 divided by 8 plus 1 is
And then you gotta do one more thing.
plus 1 is 8.
And then what color is the square?
Black.
So, but the square. The square.
No.
Oh boy.
I
You get to do it every time the color appears. Per tier. Oh, it's a big stretch.
don't.
Okay, so negative 20 plus positive 20 is 0. Times 0 is 0. Plus 1 is 1. Times 1 is 1. Plus 2 is 3. Times 3 is 9. That one was easier. Boudoir today. Okay. Oh, damn it. You got the hiccups? Oh. Damn it. That's what you get. What'd you eat? Well, you're gonna be farting quite a bit. New mail. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. You thought it was gross. Oh, that, yeah. Oh, it was horrible. And you were getting mad at me. You were like, "Oh, you're such a purist." I'm like, "No." Mhm. Mhm. But terrible tasting. Damn you. Mm. Mm. Nice. Although you could have used that as toilet paper. Mhm. Mhm. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Mhm. 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 Oh boy. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's so stupid. Ow. All my sickness is in my spine. Hmm? No, it's like, it's all achy because it's like my body is fighting it in my spine. I don't know. It happens when I'm sick sometimes. I hope it's not COVID, but I don't think it is. It's been over 5 days. And then tomorrow. You're so cute. Oh my goodness. need the fucking... Give me the vault. Vault, vault, vault. Fine. Look at this. Ooh.
20 seconds.
You got a what? Oh, yeah. What's beeping? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Music room. Right, that's the other one I need. Need the vault. Oh, there it is.
Well, there on that one.
Yeah, well, look at all this. I got passport. I need a key. But it's like impossible. Oh wait, I can get it. Ooh, it's quite possible. It is possible. I lied. do I have to go all the way back? Yikes. Oh, I can go. So there's a way to steal that crown, but I have to get on the other side of it. But actually, yeah, essentially. I'm running out of steps here, though. Oh, I got the book. I got a new book. The Curse of the Black Bridge. Get out of the way. The legend of the Black Bridge is one that's well known to the people of the Grand Realm, for versions of this tale has been passed down from generation to generation. With each new telling, the story has changed, becoming over the years more colorful, more verbose, and as one might expect, increasingly horrifying. However, with so many renditions and unique personal touches, the task of confining and binding this tale to text seemed an ambitious and impossible challenge. Over the course of my research, I have heard dozens of variations of the legend, and while the details would often change, I was surprised how much of the story's heart remained the same. Yet the more I listened, the clearer it became that there could never be a definitive version of this tale capable of capturing all the wonder and myth of Blackbridge. In the end, I chose to write down what felt most authentic, the story my grandmother told me as a boy long ago. Part 1. My God, how many parts is this? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that was part 1. Oh my God. Jesus. Okay. Part 1. The Berry Picker from Oris. Are you seeing me scroll?
Yeah.
I wonder... Oh, no. It just kept going. Okay. Part 1. The Berry Picker from Oris. Many years ago, before peace had become a familiar word, there lived a group of rogues who so wayward that the locals deemed it appropriate to call their number the Unholy Hounds. They were feral outlaws composed of society's worst in a time when society was at its worst, and for each crime that fearful travelers credited to the group, a dozen more lay unclaimed, each worse than the last. For the gentry, however, who often value their coffers more than their companions, no crime could measure more wicked than the group's primary enterprise, high road robbery. One such member of this so-called band of rogues was a boy of 13 years, Jesper, who had not been lucky in life, having lost 2 brothers to war and parents to famine. In the years of hunger that followed, Jesper lived in a gutter behind the churchyard, relying on the nourishment of scurrying bugs and weeds harvested from the cracks of the alleyway to sustain his pitiful existence. It is not surprising that a child aiming to escape such hardship would take any easy road out. An easy and well-traveled road paved with temptations leading out of the city and into the gentry lands, where loose purse strings entwined with the strands of salvation and glisten equally with the hope of opportunity. It was this road that eventually led Jasper to the end of his youth, a hidden cave at the bottom of Blackbridge Canyon. It was here that he met his surrogate family and saviors, the notorious gang of godless outlaws known as the Unholy Hounds. Despite the hardened circumstances that had led him to the vocation of banditry, Jesper was surprisingly tender-hearted and was often teased by a group for being too kind for such a noble life. For this reason, what? For this reason, Jesper was assigned the innocent role of berry picker. It was not just innocence that set berry picking apart from the gang's more wicked undertakings, for it was the only duty performed without the safety of night's concealment. Jesper, no stranger to solitude, did not protest that the alone worked while the others slept soundly. Tucked away, huh? Did not protest that he worked alone, that he alone worked while the others slept soundly, tucked away in the cave at the bottom of the Black Bridge Canyon. On one such occasion, Jesper decided to get an early start. He left the cave, berry basket in hand, and set out into the woods before the morning sun had even brushed against the tallest treetops. It was colder in the morning, but the headway dawn afforded meant Jesper could reach the furthermost berry patches without worrying of being chastised for tarrying upon his return. It took over 3 hours on foot to reach his destination, and along the way Jesper had passed by many a familiar bush, all priorly pillaged and so bereft of berries that one could have to dedicate several moments to earnest examination before finding a single one. Jesper was patient, but even patience has its limits. He was confident that even accounting for the time lost to his long stretch of travel, his efforts will be well worth the pains. Surveying the patches in the new grove surprised even Jesper. The red dots suspended among the leaves seemed as numerous as stars in the sky. Upon seeing such bounteous sights, he clutched his berry basket tightly and nearly toppled over out of joy. Once he had regained his senses, Jesper quickly made a decision. He would not reveal the location of the newfound treasure. Instead, he would earn the respect of his confederates, who, upon seeing his yield, might attribute the success to hard work. Smiling at his plan, Jesper set off to fill his basket and was making steady strides in his task when the surrounded thundering hooves interrupted him. A carriage is approaching. The thought of it made Jesper freeze. He been so enchanted by this discovery that he had neglected to observe his surroundings. How could a roadway be so close? He ducked down and crept toward the impending sound, hiding behind one of the larger bushes nearby. It was only a moment more before the sound's source revealed itself. Within 50 paces, where Jesper hid, an elegant carriage with gold trim came soaring around the corner of the tree, led by two beautiful white horses and conveyed by a stern-looking driver seated atop the vehicle, flaunting the most sophisticated regalia Jesper had ever seen. It was not just any carriage, it was a royal carriage. Even without ever having witnessed such a sight before, Jesper was certain. The sight had so transfixed Jesper that he stood awestruck, unable to tear away as the carriage approached. The little concealment the brush provided was soon proven unequal to the driver's lofty perch, and upon spotting the boy, he pulled the reins with such effect that the noble steeds slid to a sudden halt with precise control. Is there anything here? Is there a doggo? Oh, it's a carriage. Oh, it's horsey. It looks like doggo from here. Ooh. You can see it with the magnifying glass. Oh my god. This is so long. You boy, get out from behind that bush, he shouted with a rigidity that betrayed a modest amount of fear. You startled me half to death, coming round a bend of my own drive, and me seeing such an unfamiliar face in a place where there ought to be any face, where there ought not to be any face. Jesper quickly contemplated running. The man was much older, and his dress was suitable for courtly behavior, not dashing through the bramble of mud. I was picking berries. Jesper raised a hand-filled basket up to allow the driver to see the proof of his words. The demeanor of the man suddenly changed. It was changed that Jesper was familiar with. He had many times seen the same stern expression on the most fiendish bandits melt away when presented with a berry basket. Any suspicions that the driver might have had instantly evaporated, for even the notion of a member of the unholy hounds picking berries seemed farcical. The softest expression even made allowances for a smile. Berries, eh? Say, you couldn't have picked a better spot for them, could you? I used to pick berries here as a boy. Jesper took his cue to finally step forward out from behind the bush, proudly brandishing his basket. I know, and what luck I found them. I have only just begun picking, and look how many I have. It would have taken me fourfold the time back home to procure this number. The driver bent down at a closer look. And where is your home, boy? It must be quite far. Jesper replied with a scripted response. A little south of Tanner Fork, just past the burnt woods. My God, that is far. You couldn't have come all that way only this morning. It was true. Tanner Fork was in the exact opposite direction that Jesper had traveled. And while that response would have seemed perfectly reasonable in a location closer to Black Bridge Canyon, he could see why it might seem less believable here. Sir, I've traveled much farther for much less profit. I dare say there is no distance yet made by a man that would not be worth undertaking for a prize such as these. Surely you have tasted them for yourself. Jesper um, felt happier with his response, as it seemed to amplify the man's smile. In my youth, often, but perhaps I took it for granted because I never had to travel very far, and even then, my father would always drive us here in a carriage, so I'm ashamed I never had to walk such a stretch to earn an equal reward. It was Jesper's time to smile. Then let my efforts reward us both today. He raised the basket even higher. I tasted the memory of your youth, sir. My goodness gracious. The driver chuckled and removed one glove, bending over the seat to reach down the basket. And the moment his fingers touched the first berry, the dagger in turn met his throat. What? What? The driver chuckled and removed one glove, bending over the seat to reach down to the basket. And at the moment his finger touched the first berry, the dagger in turn met his throat, cutting through a superficial layer of skin and drawing blood. Jesper caught the man's startled eyes. And for that taste I will have your purse, sir, in memory of my youth. The driver's arm had gone stiff, his chin raised and trembling, more frightened than he had ever been before. Whether unable to or incapable of speaking, he did not respond to the boy. Perhaps he did not think his jaw could afford to be engaged at this particular time. Jesper let the basket drop, freeing his other hand to probe the man's pocket. Do not mistake me, sir. I will not kill you if you give me no cause. So I will admit, the thought of taking your carriage and leaving you the indignity of walking appeals to me. Unable to find a purse to the man's throat, unable to find a purse in the man's coat, Jasper pivoted to search the seat under him. Why have you no purse upon you, person? The driver slowly raised his hand cautiously, pointing toward the carriage door behind him. Jesper lowered the knife's edge to a small degree to allow the man to speak, which he did in turn softly. "There's a lockbox in the carriage. Well, come down then and grant me the courtesy of sparing your life and binding your hands, a concession I assure you, of my tender heart, for it would be much easier to slit your throat." The man started to comply, slowly lowering himself to the driver's seat of the carriage. Once down, Jasper guided him away from the carriage to a nearby tree, where he instructed him to get on his knees and put his hands behind his back. Excusing his inexperience, the man indulged Jasper while he figured out how to adequately bind him. The smile and kindness Jasper had seen on the man's face, now nothing more than a distant memory. In their place, cold, dark eyes displaying no emotion. "I wonder, should I grant you the same clemency you are showing me?" Jasper stopped, surprised by the question, but ignored it. Secured the final bindings, and then hastily returned to the carriage. With one hand on the door handle, he turned back to the man. "If there is no lockbox, there will be no clemency." Inside the carriage was surprisingly dusty and unswept, a stark contrast to the elegant and polished golden facade, 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 facade of the exterior. Yeah, but it's not facade, it's facade. Yuck. Yuck. It had apparently been many years since the passenger had enjoyed passage in this vehicle. This all but confirmed what Jesper had suspected. The driver of this carriage was not a liveried servant in the employ of some greater master. Any curiosity that this observation might have further produced was quickly abandoned upon seeing what rested under the carriage's basket, a large wooden lockbox. Despite its hefty appearance, the box was surprisingly easy to handle. Within a few minutes, Jesper had dislodged... What? 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 Oh. Is that how you pronounce it? It's facade.
That's what I do. And I said, our God.
Well, that's stupid.
It is our God.
Despite its hefty appearance, the box was surprisingly easy to handle. Within a few minutes, Jesper had dislodged it from the hold and carried it out to the sunlight. Inspecting the box carefully, two observations were made. Totemic symbols found carved on all four sides of the box hinted that the box was very old and likely not created by Arindian hands. It reminded him of the artifacts from the old world and presumably crafted in one of the ancient realms. Oh, that's a cool looking box. Oh. Okay. Secondly, the box secured by a rusted yet robust padlock and would not open easily without a key. Jesper looked over to see the driver quietly observing from his indentured position. "Do you perhaps have a key you can provide me to open this box?" Without emotion, the driver replied, "There is no key to that box." Jesper stood up. "Easy enough, then." He headed over to the nearby rock, of sizable dimensions, and lifted the stone up, carrying it back to the box. If there was ever a time when that lock had been resistant to brute force, it wasn't recent. With one hit, the stone had completely shattered the rusted lock. He bent back down and opened the lid. Inside was an effigy, a crude figure chiseled from stone. Without too much deliberation, Jesper bent down and picked it up. Somewhat surprised how heavy it seemed, given how light the box had felt. Having expected to find something more akin to gold or gems, he looked questioningly to the man, hoping to find an explanation. The driver's smile had once again returned. "You are cursed, boy, for deadly is the stone. You have opened that which should never have been opened, and you are cursed." Jesper carried the effigy over to the man and shoved it in his face. "What is it?" "That's one." Feeling his disappointment rising to anger now, Jesper tightened his grip on the effigy. "One what, you mumbling agentor? And in God's name, why have you no purse upon your person?" The man did not seem intimidated. "One pace." He paused for effect. "12 more, and you will be dead." He only had a second to flinch before the effigy struck him in the head and put an end to his cryptic ramblings. If there was ever a time when the old man had been resistant to brute force, it wasn't recent. Jesper looked down at the sculpted stone figure, now splattered red. Was it cursed? Was he cursed? He had, of course, heard stories of curses and had never doubted their validity in the past, but now that he was standing face to face with the possibility of being cursed, his mind pleaded with him to be skeptical. And if he was cursed, what difference would that knowledge make? A dozen more paces would not be enough to find another living soul, to say nothing of the chance of procuring a remedy. If he did not move from where he now stood, he could live maybe another 3 or 4 days, maybe more, given the abundance of nearby berries. A place that a place that, if we ignore his obvious faults, might provide additional opportunities for help to come along the way. But what good would that do? To be discovered here, beside a body, stolen goods in hand, bloated from berries, and raving about a curse that could very well not be real. No, it would most certainly be better to face one's fate now. Take a dozen paces to see if life goes on. But Jesper found his legs unable to make his first steps. His mind was unable to convince his limbs to waste another twelfth of his life in a single motion. Feeling the desperation sink in, he hopelessly looked about him for a solution, and if by some stroke of luck the gods had heard his plea, a miracle materialized before him, and he found himself suddenly at the end of a fairy tale. 2 white horses and carriage of golden trim were beside him, the answer to his immediate prayers. He laughed at his fortune and calculated the short number of paces back to the road. 4. Perhaps only 3 if he jumped. He made a quick survey to see if there was anything he wished to grab before taking the plunge. He thought about removing the driver's fancy coat, as that appeared to be of some value, but the additional risk of undertaking such a task too great no chance, and so, after a profound breath, he took his second, third, and fourth step, though they were quite large. Seated now behind the horses, he reached for the reins and suddenly realized that he was still gripping the effigy. If the curse was real, then it would most certainly be better left here. If, on the other hand, the story was fictitious, there might be some appraisal that could be made of the figure. It was, after all, found within a lockbox, whose typical function oft secures objects of value. Having witnessed firsthand the horrors of destitution, Jesper found his mind equally reluctant to allow his hand to let go. If it is cursed, I die. If not today, then tomorrow. And if I die, what care to have I? And with that statement said aloud to the horses, seemingly, Jesper took up the reins with confidence. Part 2. Below the Black Bridge. Oh, Christ. It's so long. Are you enjoying your story time? Yeah, but you're not going to bed. It's so long. There's still like 20 more pages. Miller awoke to some light nudging from a familiar foot. Only one person would have the cheek to awaken her in such an ill manner. Who's Miller? Is that a different person? um, Only one person would have the cheek to awaken her in such ill-mannered fashion. Shaken the sleep from her eyes, she glared up at him in darkness, but did not say a word. He nudged her again, teasingly, then stepped back into the dim. After taking a moment of her eyes to adjust to darkness of the cave, Miller remembered she was on third watch today, quietly collecting her things and wits. Miller turned as she left, waving to her young friend who was more than likely already asleep. She crept through the cavern's main passage, careful not to wake the sleeping bandits around her. Like a hero in a book, she often mused. Quietly, she grabbed a bow from the haphazard formed pile of weapons, shaking the accompanying quiver in the darkness and assessed how many arrows it had. She then walked toward the sun-drenched mouth of the cavern, ready to start her shift. Above her, in one of the few trees found in the canyon, Miller could see that Ravia was already posted. She waved, and Ravia waved back. No, come back! Calling out to each other was strictly forbidden. Anything louder than a gesture in the canyon was forbidden. When Miller reached the tree, Ravia lowered it, braided a rope, and pointed to the ground behind him. Miller turned, following the finger, and saw a pail of water resting beside a nearby log. She turned back to Ravia, nodded, and secured the pail of the rope. The pail went up first, and in turn Miller followed. Ravia reached across to grab the water. Miller leaned back to give her space. There was not much room for maneuvering in this tree post. A necessary concession for the concealment of the outpost demanded. Ravia tilted the pail up to the mouth, dramatically illustrating how thirsty she had been. Miller laughed silently as water poured out, splashing into Ravia's face. It was a bit too daring and noisy of a joke, and had the others been aroused, they would have certainly been scolded for the unwanted sound. But Miller appreciated the efforts Ravia took to verbalize the silence of the morning. I'm lost. What's happening? They had been on a third watch together for over a month, and during that speechless time, their friendship had grown into something special. Affection was unsurprisingly scarce among the unholy hounds. She had felt camaraderie before, of course, but intimacy never. From their elevated vantage, the girls could see both the concealed entrance of the cavern as well as a clear view of the bridge that spanned across the canyon. Black Bridge was the link between the Gentry lands and the northern mountains, the overpass that connected Orris and Raddington to the city-faring travelers of the realm. The bridge was an unavoidable crossing. In the day, the task was to ensure that travelers passed by without stopping. At night, the task was to ensure that they do. Like most of her band, Miller preferred the night. The biting glare of the sun might be tolerable to farmhands and bricklayers, but to a cavern house bandit, it was a source of constant annoyance. In the day, there was no shroud to conceal her expressions, nor to hide her thoughts. She felt exposed. Yikes. Ravia touched her elbow and pointed up. Miller strived to suppress a budding smile. um, Subtly shook her head in response. There are many signs that unholy hounds used in lieu of words. What? Oh, hold on. Let me go ask my mom how things were. I'll be back. Pause. Hello. Are you there? Hello, hello. hmm Okay. Ravia touched her elbow together and made her boobs push out. Um, pointed up. Miller strived to suppress a budding smile. Subtly shook her head in response. There were many signs that unholy hounds used in lieu of words, but the two of them had developed an extensive vocabulary. Gestures quietly forged in a shared solitude in her mouth. Among the branches. What does that mean? Gestures quietly forged in the shared solitude of their month among the branches. She watched as Ravia shifted, placing her palms flat on the floorboards beneath them. Miller knew what she was trying to say, but shook her head a second time. It was often more fun to pretend not to understand. Ravia rolled her eyes and turned away, looking back to the king. Squinting through the leaves, the two girls held still, watching and listening. It was not long until Miller, too, heard the sounds approaching. Ravia held up two bent fingers, and a few moments later, two men emerged from the bridge's southern end. They were dressed in a familiar uniform, long gray coats with black-facing white waistcoats and black tricorn hats. They belonged to the local patrol, the Blackguard. Although not an everyday occurrence, their presence at Black Bridge wasn't an unusual sight. It typically indicated an important traveler's impending passage across the bridge, information that the girls would promptly relay to their leaders as soon as the coast was clear. But this report, while exciting, was rarely acted upon. In Miller's 5 years in the Unholy Hounds, she had never once seen a carriage taken in open daylight when the Blackguard was nearby. The men had nearly reached the bridge's northern end when Miller heard the horses, failing at first, but growing louder with each passing moment. Ravia's eyes met Miller's with the same concern, mirrored in each other's expression. This did not sound like the typical carriage cautiously approaching the bridge to cross. Instead of the familiar crunch of the high road's gravel, they heard the harsh clattering of hoofbeats against stone. Both girls quickly redirected their attention downwards, looking through the foliage. The sound were not coming from the high road, but from the canyon itself. The horses were coming from below the bridge. In an instant, Miller had nocked an arrow and drawn her bow. Ravia was gone before the whisper had even left Miller's mouth. The young scout was already sliding down the bank below, racing toward the cave. There was no road that ran below the canyon. There was no reason for numerous horses to be approaching their cave. There was only one reasonable conclusion. Both girls had reached it instantly. The base had been compromised. The Blackguard attack. This was a Blackguard attack. Oh my god, so long. The moment the horses came into view, Miller let loose her first arrow. She was surprised to see a carriage. She had expected cavalry. Before she even finished processing the thought, her second arrow was in the air. Without a trail, it would be unthinkable for a carriage to traverse such tough terrain. Yet she watched as the wheels jolted over the rocky riverbed. The third arrow was now in flight, and there would be no need for a fourth. The driver slumped over just moments before the vehicle dipped into a small ditch, slamming into an embankment. The force of this sudden halt immediately shattered the front two wheels and catapulted the driver from his seat. Utterly confused now, Miller quickly glanced over her shoulder to see if any horses were also approaching from the rear. Down in the canyon, the entire horde of the unholy hounds came spilling forth from the earth, as if hell itself had suddenly sprung open. The group seemed even more bewildered than Miller, half asleep. What are you doing? You're distracting me. Huh? Because you're like shuffling papers or something. The group seemed even more bewildered than Miller, half asleep and tripping over one another in a desperate attempt to engage an unseen enemy in combat. Miller could see Ravia among their number, the only one looking up at her. Her expression was chilling. There would be no need for a silent gesture to convey what they both now realized. They had made a mistake. The gang chief Dane, Jeffrey Heartslasher, led the others cautiously. The gang's chieftain, Jeffrey Heartslasher, led the others, cautiously approaching the crashed carriage like a suspicious fox would near a baited trap. There were no words exchanged as the group crept forward in customary silence. A dozen or so paces in front of the wreckage lay the far-flung driver, an arrow protruding from his broken body, and beside him a blood-stained effigy carved from stone. Miller was inconsolable. Jesper had always been their favorite. He had always shadowed her at night, clinging to the helms of her every move, the way a child tails behind an older sibling. Tender-hearted, she had always called him, though deep down she had known that wasn't quite true. His appearance of gentleness concealed a raw, resilient durability that emerged in the most perilous of situations. He had been a flower among the needles of this cave, but he still had the thorns. What? I have four more pages. Okay. 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 Bye-bye. Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. Um, they buried him in the darkness in the back of one of the larger cavern rooms. He was interred with a berry basket and a silk handkerchief that he had treasured. The mysterious effigy that they had found beside him served as a distinguished gravestone, a marker that stood out as something special among the rows of similar swords marking neighboring plots. No one spoke, not even in whispers. There was nothing to say. What is the point of the story? Is that it? I don't see no effigy. Where's the effigy? Okay. Miller awoke the next day to a thunderous shaking and rattling of the earth, a far cry from the playful nudging of the previous day. She strained her to adjust her eyes, but the choking string of stirred up dust caused her to flinch. Panic was also in the air. The sounds of scurried footsteps and clattering feet filled the space around her. But even in alarm, the silence was louder. But what was it that sounded so strange? Miller closed her eyes tight and used her feet to guide her along the passage. The whispers around her were getting louder, and intense voices could be heard ahead. Louder speech than she had ever heard spoken in the cave. A growing dread as Miller approached the mouth of the cave, her eyes now open wide despite the dust. Shouldn't it be day? Miller felt a hand in the darkness, pulling at her. It was Ravia. The two embraced, and Miller did not need to see her to understand. Ravia placed two bent fingers against Miller's cheek, and with that touch against her face, Miller felt the same sinking feeling from the previous day. Two bent fingers confirmed what Miller had suspected. The girls had forgotten to relay one critical piece of information to the others. An hour or so later, the screams began, blood-curdling cries of hopeless desperation. Captain Fodrick Lee of the Blackguard looked down from the ridge of the canyon to the collapsed entrance of the cave. Ah, he grinned, now they speak. The fuck does that mean? So the cave caved in. Everyone died. Are those feet? Okay. I'm not sure what the point of that story was. Ooh, new floor. A kennel. I can get tacos. Um, Home to several of Sinclair's hunting companions, he assumed these friendly hounds have been anxious to meet their new master. A quaint floral sitting room surrounded entirely by tinted glass panes. This room is ideal for tea in the afternoons or getting some sun without the hassle of going outside. An ornately framed yet modestly sized hall. It has served as an original antechamber in the old days before eventually being removed from the estate. Mhm. Let's get some doggos. Look at this. There was a there's a tiny little paper chest here. And you gotta use a magnifying glass. There's a tiny little letter.
Yeah.
Okay, this one. Yeah, next. Okay. Um, okay. Oh, I don't have. Oh, damn it. I didn't do that, but it's fine. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy food. Okay. Casino. Oh, that's all she wrote. Oh, wait, redraw. Oh, I don't repeat. Okay. Ooh, more chances, more chances. Oh, did I show you the safe? So can you figure this one out? There's a note here.
I thought the water fall where
Reddington.
or Harry was the whisperer that one thought
Okay.
had
And then you got this finger pointing to this guy. You just walk around the room a little bit.
it all
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I already saw that.
back
Well, the hint here is
all
Harry.
all of that
What do you know about herring? No, where have you heard that other than this famous herrings? What else is different about this note?
Black and black.
Yeah, so red herrings. You ever hear of a red herring? No?
I love it.
You never heard of red herring before? It means um, something that's a distraction. Yeah, herring is not a thing. Not a real thing. But anyways, it was a red herring, and then it's March of the Count. So this is pointing to this guy. This guy is the Count. So then we have to count how many counts there are. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just the little counts. Just the little counts. So 3. There's 3. And then we know from the pictures that we're looking for dates. And it's also March of the counts. So what's March? What do you think the code would be? Cheater. Okay, locked. Okay. I really need the music room. Too bad. I need keys. Walking, 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 walking. Walking, 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 walking. Walking Phoenix. Walking Phoenix. Huh? No, I made it up. How many boxes do I have left? Ooh, I have a whole fucking wall of boxes. That's crazy. Would they get a new note? Oh, so close. Who are you? File cabinet key. What? Wait, is that the last of it? Wait, where would that be? What am I doing? All right. Give me a key. Oh. Ooh, not that key. Not that key either. No. No. That sucks. Where do you find that shit? What's that place called? Vault keys. Items in dead end rooms. Oh my god, that's crazy. Hmm. Alright. God damn it. So now what am I doing? Okay. I was hoping to get the vault key, but I didn't get any vault keys. But to get a different key. Bird! Die, die, die! Ow. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Oh. To the Baroness of Mount Holly for her own hand. What the shit? What the hell? By the Third Era, numeric cores had fallen completely out of favor and were no longer being included in proofs by serious arithmeticians. This concept, once considered sacred, was now regarded as an over-engineered concept that only served to slow further advancements in the field, as Philip Watkins once famously put it. Steps to find numeric core. What the hell? Take any number with 4 or more digits without changing the sequence. Split that number into 4 smaller numbers. Why the hell would it be those numbers? Next, assign each a different color, resulting in a valid mathematical equation. What the hell? That produces the smallest whole number possible. What the hell? The first number should always be assigned teal to begin with, a positive number. If the result is a number with more than 3 digits, repeat the above process. The final number you obtained that is less than 4 digits is considered the numeric core of the larger number. What the fuck, balls? Numeric coring examples. 8, 6 becomes, okay, 18. 18. 8 minus 2, 90, okay. 36. 3 plus, what does that mean? That's crazy. I have no idea what that means. That's a crazy puzzle. I don't even know what numbers those are for. See, I'm so deep into this game that it's like, and they're introducing even more stuff. I'm like, what the hell? What? Uh-huh. It's a scary place. Oh, basement. Down and up. Spreads throughout the house. Do I have the... Boiler room, security, dining room. No, I do not. Oh, right, I did want to do something. No. Yay. It's possible. It's possible. No. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, lots of keys. Lots and lots. Okay. that could have been it. What the hell? 2 key cards? Oh my god. Okay. I no longer have. Oh boy. Where do I want to go? I want to go to the. Where is it? Um. Wait, what? Did I not get it this time? Oh, the workshop. Okay. Okay. Sorry, you're in a convoluted section of this game. Hmm? Hmm. So I'm trying to get a key for the vault. Yeah, but it didn't give it to me. So now I'm trying a couple things. What? I was in an elevator. Yeah, I think this is the last thing. There we go. Woo, I got a trophy. There we go. Doubles all the coins you find. 1, 2, 3. What are you doing? Are you walking around? Huh? Find a movie to watch. Ow. Your noises, it's so loud on your end. It's like you're like hitting stuff on the phone or something. I don't know. It's Feels like a robot. Oh my god, just give it to me.
No.
If I get it, then I can stop playing for the night. No, no, no. Oh, god damn it. God damn it. So stupid. I'm not gonna get it. That's annoying. Alright, let's end the day in the fucking 46. Wait, no. Wait, where was the... No, not the parlor. Break room. Down, no, up, down. How the hell do I get there? Okay, up, up. Okay. Okay, did you find a movie? Find a movie.
I don't know.
Okay. Go watch Andor.
And
Hungry still. One paper crown. Oh my god. Oh wait, I can actually... Oh my god, there's actually one more thing I can try to do. I'm walking aimlessly. I wish I had... a metal detector. But I don't have a metal detector. It makes things a lot more difficult to see. There's a key. That's what I'm looking for. Is a key. Maybe there's one in the commissary. Got a key. No more key. Where am I going? Okay, what? Okay, then what? Oh, I'm almost done. Mm. Hi, Hunky, I'm Blake. Keys, keys, keys. Where are the keys? Where am I? Where are you? Paper ground. Where am I going? Okay. The new room I unlocked is a dog kennel. It's got doggos in it. What? I have not got. I didn't get it yet. Hmm? You're like taco taco. Where do we go? Okay, down. Okay. Give me more keys. Not a shoe. Yay. Another key. Another key, another dollar. 6 coins. I could probably find one more key. No, I'm almost done. You say that every day. Give me what I want. Son of a bitch. Not you. No. I really only had one more door open. Oh. Dang. I really only had 2 more doors open. Oh, wait. Ah. There you go. No. Never that one. Oh my god. Okay. I'm done. I just have to die in one room. So I just have to get to that room. Son of a bitch. Okay, how do I get to that room? Where is it? Right there. So I have to go down, left, up, up, down, down, up. Oh my god, how do I get there? Oh, it's so far. I don't know if I can make it. shot. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, I can maybe make it. Oh no, no way. I was one room away. Okay, game over. Did you watch my Instas? Are you sleeping? Huh? What? What? No, you're not. You're just not responding. You wanted to play, not me. You didn't even watch my Instas. Yeah, see, you gotta learn. You never do that to me. Are you gonna buy a Stormtrooper outfit? Okay, Andor.
Bye-bye.
Okay. I'm gonna get a snack.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.